Good afternoon to the chat. Netflix inquires Warner Bros. Wow. Marco doesn't give a shit. Yeah, Netflix could be a good one too, man. I mean, what a rally this thing had. Netflix, Meta. Yo, not for nothing, but it's like, dude, every time the S&P hits the 200-week moving average, these stocks do a 3x every time for the last 10 years. How are we doing, chat? All right, now we got some viewers in here. Now we can get the party started. My candle thing is dead. Damn it. That sucks. How we doing, everyone? Good evening, everyone. Lunc's back to where it was in September. Yeah, big bull run. Look at that. Big bull run on Lunc. I guess that guy calling out the Dogecoin trial tried to warn us. Someone in the chat kept saying Dogecoin. The Dogecoin trial is coming. I just don't understand. Where am I supposed to... How you guys doing today, yeah? I'm trying to... That's good, actually. How you guys doing today? Yeah, so we'll start. Let's just get into it, right? We're not waiting for anyone. This is the crowds here. We're in a bear market, dude. Sorry to say, but my views are dying. So that's the first confirmation. I mean, you could just see yesterday's video got 1,300 views, bro. Every week the views are dying. We went from 2,400 to 2,100 to 1,500. Now we're at 1,300. You gotta accept it, yeah? So now we have to prepare. Now we have to prepare. So the question is, how do we prepare? Well, should have bought Lunc. Could have got a 2x. Another thing that's a little bit alarming to me is we're falling a little bit too fast. I would really like to see Bitcoin bounce now, because now I'm getting a little worried we're not going to get it. So I think we should still get the bounce, but if you take Bitcoin divided by SPY, when this moving average crosses, you actually start getting capitulation. So I will accept the possibility that the moving averages are not going to be as effective on this particular chart because Bitcoin divided by SPY has been selling off tremendously already, but it's not something that you want to see regardless. So it's bearish. But you can see that we're not there yet, which is good. That means there's still time. But I don't like how much Bitcoin is selling off compared to the S&P. I think we either got to get a bounce or the S&P's got to top out because this is getting too bearish now to where it's like Bitcoin's just not moving. I'm gonna try and set this up. Give me 1 second. It should take about 1 minute. Okay, there we go. We're good. Wait, did I put my camera? Yeah, it did. Okay. Friends, this guy's another bot. Holy crap. What's up, Moonbound? Welcome to the middle of the live stream. Welcome. To the middle of the live stream. We're bullish, but not bullish. We got Chaos King in the house, aka King of Chaos. Welcome. Welcome to the middle of the live stream. We got Crypto Meow in the house. Welcome to the middle of the live stream. Mm-hmm. 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 Good thing I was bearish since Bitcoin. You were bullish on Ethereum. It's all good, man. We all make mistakes. Crisscross Applesauce is in the house. Welcome to the middle of the live stream. Welcome to the middle of the live stream. They will buy back in when they announce the rate cut. Make a new mod. Nah, it's the same guy. It's the same guy every day for 2 years, which I commend him, you know? That's what his life is dedicated to. So I'm happy he chose me. But he chose more than me. After I ban him, he just goes to another live stream and does the same thing. It's not a bot, that's an actual person. It's actually a person, dude. He goes on Twitter and he trolls everyone. That's his life. Probably, yeah, we'll leave it there. He's welcome here. He comes once a day. Everyone's expecting a bounce to 104. Yeah, a lot of people are looking for a bounce. It would be really unfortunate if we didn't get it, but what are you gonna do? Yeah. New higher low is forming. Winter Media for 2 says check Jesus on ETH. I appreciate the 2. What is the website called again? Jesus on ETH. When Christmas pump? You might not have one, man. You gotta accept that when Jesus was pumping, it was a bull market. And last Christmas, Jesus didn't even go up. So just be careful if you're following into Jesus. This was last Christmas here. So you had Thanksgiving and then you had Christmas. Bearish. So I'm going to assume Jesus is bearish as long as it's below 24. If you can get over 28, you may have a Christmas rally. But as long as it's below 24 or 28, it is bearish, in my opinion. I do appreciate the 2. Thank you very much. 140 bogeys in the chat. That's not bad. Not bad. All right, so it could be that Bitcoin divided by SPY is telling us what's going on. I do think that's true because ETH/USD divided by SPY told us what was going on back here, which is why most of the coins topped out back in March of 2024. So I think Bitcoin divided by SPY is doing the same thing. I think it's telling us this is where we're at. So this is going to cross bearish and then probably I want to say in February we're going to cross bearish. I think the big crash is going to be March, February, April. And Ben Cohen posted a video, someone posted it in my Discord, where he thinks we're doing a 2019 bear market. And it's funny because the regular bear market says we should crash in May, and his bear market says we should crash in May. So he's probably going to tell everyone it's the bottom, and then the bottom would fall out. That's what happened to us last time. We thought the bottom was in, and then the bottom fell out. But it's pretty much the same concept. The base case here, regardless of what kind of bear market it is we should start going down in March and April, and the bottom could be in June. Like this one says, actually, the bottom would be in May. So we would start going down at the end of February or sometime in March. And then the bottom would be in October. And then the bull run starts again. And I think Bitcoin divided by SPY is telling us that. Because look at how bearish it is. Like the bearish indicators that I'm looking for are actually... They're actually bearish on this chart already. So right now the 4-day Gaussian channel just turned red on here, but we don't have it on the regular chart yet. And another thing that I would really caution to monitor is the distance from the top. It looks like every time we go around 150 days from the top, we just go straight down. So that's also in February. It looks like February or March is your date with Destiny. So if you're a moon boy and you're looking for a bull run, I'll give you until February, maybe even January. I'm getting bombarded with ads for Challenger RTs now. I'm telling you, that's your car, man. Yo, baby whale is here. No way. Fucking baby whale. Yo, he only comes when we're bearish. That's how you know it's bad. Baby whale the bear. Welcome back, dude. Man, I was listening to this really good song at the gym, and it turns out it's not even real. It's AI made it. Dude, this AI is getting pretty realistic. Someone made a rock band and they just make AI generated songs. He says, I did good on Solana. Now I'm going to focus on Filecoin. Dude, Filecoin's going to zero, man. Filecoin's going to zero. Doge to the moon. Would love a chance to buy the dip below 10. I mean, it's getting close. Like, I think it goes to 5 cents. I really do. And I think, again, this chart that I just shared is very important to monitor, because if you measure 150 days from Bitcoin's peak, you can see what Bitcoin and Dogecoin do. You measure from the peak to this 100, we go out 158 days, and Doge fell by 70%. You go out 158 days. This is 140 days. And Doge fell by 64%. You go out from Bitcoin's peak, which I believe was in November. So I think we topped in, it's like April would be the timer. And it fell by 80%. So you're looking at a 60 to 80% drop for Dogecoin, probably from March. So wherever the price is, let's just say it's at 20 cents, and we fall by 70%, we're at 5 cents. If it's 60%, we're at 7 cents. So somewhere in that range is probably where it goes. But I do think we're gonna get the relief rally because I was saying the other day, I think we got to go down one more time because what these little moves do is it doesn't look like much at the naked eye, but or to the naked eye, but it's pulling on these indicators. So now the 12 hours bearish and the 1 day is bearish. So like this is not bullish. So we may be sitting through some more turbulence and then we go up. Very possible. But these little tiny sell-offs, they don't look like anything naked eye, but they are. And that's what you're seeing with the S&P. Every time we get these little baby drops, they don't look like much, but when you start zooming out, I mean, you look, the 8-day stock RSI is bearish, which doesn't mean it can't go up, but then you start going to the 10-day, it's also bearish. Then you go to the 2-week and it's bearish. So it's like the S&P, it's not, doesn't mean it's going down, but it's letting you know like weakness is starting to poke its head in. So it looks like we're just gonna sit here until probably I think February is the date. I really do. I think that's what it is. Fetch AI will be a good coin for 2028. Yeah, I'm not gambling on shit coins, dude. It's just there's just too many of them. There's just too many of them. Some bullish hopium. The bullish hopium is you're on the weekly stock RSI oversold, and every time you've gone from oversold to overbought, you've gone up. So this is your bullish hopium for the moon boys in the back of the bus. Which I'm with you. I really hope we don't go down from here because that would ruin everything. If we rallied from here back up to 100K, it would be perfect. You'd be doing it right on schedule. If we started crashing from here, it would be a big problem. I mean, look, even this moving average, and these are like rubbish ass moving averages, but like you're, this is such a random time frame. But even here, like you're not supposed to go down until it's time to go down to the bottom. Because every time you break the white, you go down to the green. And our green moving average is all the way down at 50,000. So if we go any lower than this, we're going down to 50,000. But we can't do that right now because we just started going down. So we got to go up from here. Even here, look. Straight down to the green. So I'm with the bulls here. I want to see the price go up. The problem is white crosses below green. Yeah, okay, that was bullish in 2022. White crosses below green. It was bearish in 2018. White crosses below green. Oh, it was bullish in 2020, whatever year this is. All right. Yeah, it was bullish here too. So we got a good chance of being bullish from here. But ideally, I actually really like what we're doing. This is what I wanted to see. I wanted to see us go sideways so there's no FOMO, and then we rally up in January. That would be the most textbook, beautiful situation to be in. Because there's no FOMO right now. But once we start getting up to like 98, 97, you start feeling the FOMO. But the longer we stay down here, especially with the S&P pumping, it makes it more bearish. And I think if we're still down here by the end of December, there's no FOMO at all. Like now I would have bear FOMO, where it's like if we don't go up, It's like, shit, are we just gonna fall off the table from here? Because look, even back here, you were stuck below the blue moving average. It's not exactly the same, but it's similar. So I would like to see us do it. I like what we're seeing, man. It's just sideways. And you're building still bullish momentum on the larger time frames. But the longer you sit down here, the more you start cooling off too, which the heat map is another thing we're gonna watch. I know you guys, some of you remember this indicator, but it's now cooling off significantly. Like it's light green. We were yellow back here and yellow back here. We haven't been light green since back here. So again, you're starting to cool off now. So once you print your first blue candle, you know it's going down. So we're not there yet, but I'd like to see Bitcoin in triple digits. What do you mean, like 100K? Tracking 200-week moving at SMA. No, the moving average didn't even hold last time. Build a 20. Oof. You don't want to do it prematurely, man, but that's awesome. If you play that right, good luck. This Lunc pump is low volume. Lunc is going to the moon, bro. Holy shit. Holy fucking shit. Holy fucking shit. Yo, it's actually going, bro. Wow. Dude, I'm proud of the Lunc boys. Why is this fucking thing going up, dude? Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm done with the casino. I actually, if you play long enough, the house always wins. It's true. And I just don't want to play anymore, you know? Like, I'm not surprised that it's having a relief rally because I was looking at it and it did come down enough to fill some of the wick. But, like, the fact that it's doing it in one day is what makes me laugh, you know? Like it's someone just edited the coding of the website and put control enter green bar. It's up 100% in one day, you know? Like that's why I'm laughing. 'Cause it's just gambling. What's gonna pump today? MicroStrategy stopped buying Bitcoin the last couple of months. Yeah, they always do that at the top. They put all their money in at the top, and then when we go down, they don't do anything. They're probably trying to make extra bail money. Yeah, someone said in the chat for the past week that the Duquan trial is coming. So I guess they're piling in. Imagine it goes all the way back up. The worst part is going on Twitter and seeing this pump. Yeah, I don't know, I think I have a chance to turn the page on all of this. Like, there's no FOMO. I don't really care what anyone else has to say outside of the select people that I follow on Twitter and YouTube. Like, I don't really need any type of narrative. I think we can kind of piece it together. And again, even though my Moonboy chart was incorrect, most of our net worths peaked around where the Moonboy chart said to get out. So, we have a general idea. It's not like I've been here for so long now. Now I've seen it. I've seen everything now. There's no under a rock. Like, let me look under a rock and see if this is still bullish. Like, we are where we are. So the whole checking Twitter, looking at this, it's all pretty much noise now, and I don't really care. We're just trying to see. Well, I'm not trying to see anything, but like I feel like we've got it pretty much not under control, but like there's nothing new to really say, honestly. I feel like when you have to start looking for things, it's not good. And then it's not like we're not looking, like we looked for a lot of things, there's nothing there. It's when you got to start reaching, that's where the problem is. But I mean, once the MACD prints a red bar like this, it's always been a bear market. Always. So it's tough. It's tough to say, all right, everyone, I'm getting in, cover me, you know? Like every time. It's just look at it. It's so high up. And the thing is, it doesn't even turn bullish again until it's time to make a lot of money. Like if you wait for this to turn bullish, you're pretty much buying in at the best possible time. Yeah, look, the same thing happened here. June of 2020, or you could even, July of, okay, but here's the thing. So I don't know what this is going to look like. This never came to oversold. So that's why this one wasn't as useful. Because if you waited until May to buy in, you might have caught a little bit of the move. Yeah, I don't know actually. Maybe you did catch a little bit of the move, like 60%. But that wasn't when the bull run started. So I take that back because it's different data every time. But in 2016, you got the right thing again. So I would argue, depending on how low it goes, it could still tell us when we're about to get really, really bullish. But the point I'm trying to make here is once it turns bearish, it doesn't turn bullish again for a long time. Because even this turned bullish almost an entire year after it turned bearish, June of 2018 to July of 2019. So this is going to be bearish for a while. Probably at least until, I mean, this was bearish for almost 2 years. No, a year and a half. So maybe a year and a half from now, whatever that is. Yeah, that's like the summer of 2027. That's what we're looking for. But I don't really feel any type of FOMO, honestly. What is the name of the indicator you were using on Lunc chart at the bottom? There is no indicator. All of these indicators are the same. Wow, this thing is really going, man. Holy crap. Yeah, I don't. The gambling days are over. It was nice while it lasted, but the house won anyway, so what was the point? It was all for nothing. House always wins. Pigpen propaganda. Sitting in tether and gambling. I mean, this guy is literally gambling, like on football. Barcelona and Chelsea. It's only a matter of time before they get him too, man. If you play long enough, the house wins, man. Don't forget that. Luna Classic to the moon. Maybe it was the friends we made along the way. I don't want to hear that, man. Wow, and just like that, Luna Classic is on a bull market. Just like that, Luna Classic is back. Wow, it's actually going. It's full sending. No shit, dude. No shit. It's actually full sending. Large investors accumulate Bitcoin. Oh, it's Ego. Ego says that, the Moon Boy. Junior Ford is in the chat. You better pile in the Lunc before it goes back down. Not financial advice. Shocked into silence? Nah, I was reading something. I mean, these are the kind of scam pumps that happen, man. It's crypto is not what it once was. You know, now, I mean, look at the Solana casino. The coins are going up every day. It's just part of crypto now. The crypto that we once knew is no longer. So now I have to figure out what's the next play? What is the next play? I was looking at MicroStrategy. I can't say that it's doing the exact same thing, but it kind of is. Because, like, if you look at how many candles you're printing now, we kind of stayed down here for a while. And that's what's happening now. Like, we're staying down here. So what might happen is... Yeah, the RSI is still oversold. This relief rally was 74 days. Yeah, that's February. It doesn't look like 74 days, but it is. Holy crap. And the thing that's sick about this is, again, if you measure 150 days from Bitcoin's top, every single time, obviously you could go 170, 140, somewhere in there. 150 is just a number. But like somewhere in that ballpark, that's where the price starts capitulating. So if we actually see MicroStrategy do nothing but grind up slowly into February, we're actually repeating again. And it should technically just, it should go, I already did it on my free time. I think it got rejected at the 0.5 retracement and then it went down from this top. Yeah, see, this was a perfect 0.5 retracement. Oh no, you missed it by a hair. Oh no, but I missed it too. Yeah, perfect 0.5 retracement. So if we do that same move again, we would go just above the high at 260. So if we see MicroStrategy at 260 in February, all right, I'm gonna add that to the list. Yeah, look, the box is already here. We're looking for 250, 260 MicroStrategy. Yo, Lunc is sending. Holy fucking shit. Life and AI for 2 says, I lost thousands in crypto now. I just buy Bitcoin. Life and AI for 2 says I stopped gambling too. I appreciate the I appreciate the 4, man. That's awesome. It helps a lot. Yeah, I mean, listen, if the thing with gambling is good if you're in a position to gamble. So I can't say that I will never buy shitcoins again, but I'm not buying them anytime soon because I don't have the money to, and there's no reason to. There's a very small window for shitcoins to rally, and I think we know where it is because we got it we got it in 2023. We just didn't know that it was over. We thought it would keep going, but the positioning was correct. And I think the color RSI is a good indicator to help determine that. So you can see, as I always say, most people's net worths have been bearish since this moment. Some people here, but most of us topped out here. Like my net worth topped in July of 2024. I've been poor ever since that moment. So when we see this blue line start moving up, that's how it's time. That's how I know it's time to buy shitcoins. But we're not there. And this red indicator is even more so You could just look at the red one, actually, which I do believe this is what Ben Cohen talks about, the ADX. But it's been bearish since March. So there's no reason for me. I mean, look at this. It's actually telling us it's so bearish right now. Like, it's the most bearish it's ever been. It just keeps making lower lows. But the fact that the red moving average is going down tells me that it's leading the blue moving average to water. And when the blue moving average is down here, it's time to buy in. And that's why Ben Cohen saying the bottom is in May may lead to a slaughterhouse, because the moving averages are now bottoming early. Sorry, not the moving averages. The RSI is now bottoming early because the RSI is topping early. So like a lot of us thought the bottom was in June of 2022 because the RSI was oversold like November of 2018. But the RSI bottomed before the actual bottom. Or at least on this indicator. I don't know what the regular RSI did. I think it's the same thing. Yeah, it is. So you see how the RSI bottomed in June, but we didn't. We bottomed here. The RSI topped in March. That's why the RSI is oversold already, almost. Which is why I think the big crash is going to be February, March, April. And Ben Cohen is saying the bottom could be in the summer, but it's just going to be a bottom. It's not going to be the bottom. Maybe it is. I don't know. But regardless, this, like, we should be right here. Which it really does make sense if you look at it from that perspective, because you not only have the bearish divergences, but this was your euphoric top. December of 2020, January of 2021. Just like our euphoric top was in March of 2024. That's why the RSI is so low already, because we've been in, it hasn't been a bear market, but it's been like a fake bear market. Because the reality is the crypto that we knew and love is gone. It's only a bullish for 3 to 5 months and then it's over. The same thing happened in 2020. If you bought shitcoins in October of 2020 and sold them in February, you did great. But if you held them past that, you probably got fucked. Unless you picked the select coins that went up in the end of the year. So I think the time to buy shitcoins is not going to come for a while, but we should get something similar. And then once we get through the middle line like this, probably sometime in summer of 2027, I think that's when we could start saying, all right, chat, like it might be time to start buying some shit. And then the next top should be here somewhere. And like this is not going to be the top of the market cycle, but this is going to be the big bull run for all the shit coins, which means if you sell here, you're not selling the top, but you're not going to lose any money. If you don't sell here, you may lose all of your money because we just saw it happen. And why I think this fits is because if you actually look at when they do QE and QT, they don't just go from QT to QE. Like there's a period, maybe it's small, maybe it's not, I don't know. But the rapid QE that everyone's talking about is probably so far away. And when does Powell leave the market? I'm pretty sure he leaves in June or May. So it's like we could capitulate into May or June or March, sorry. March, April, May. They swap out Powell for somebody else. The S&P maybe bottoms in July or August. And then we start the bull run at the end of the year. And then the QE that everyone's talking about is not going to hit effect for altcoins until much later, which I think will be the summer of 2027. Because if you look at 2020, we talked about this the other day. Yes, they started QE around COVID, but alt season wasn't for another year. So it lines up. Because like, yeah, they started QE heavily somewhere over here, but Dogecoin didn't move until it was time to move. That's why I don't believe the narratives, because when did this happen? When Bitcoin was doing its rally to the all-time high. So for people like us, this is your bull run, not this. The 4-year cycle is relevant, but it's not relevant for people like us because we're looking for the next 100x. And if you're waiting for Bitcoin to top to get your 100x, you're going to miss it. Why? Because this is now the second time A lot of coins topped early. Dogecoin topped here. A lot of coins topped back here. Almost every shitcoin topped here or here. So you're looking for this. This is your bull run. And if the RSI is about to bottom in June, then it's actually turning bullish in June, which means that it should turn bullish for people like us probably a year later in July of 2027. So the bull run should be from July, August of 2027. I don't know until when. But like that's like the rough draft basically. Because we already said many times that the rally back to the all-time high is getting closer and closer because the rally to the all-time high is shrinking because the highs are getting closer together, which is why the next market cycle, if you don't make any money, it's over. So it's very possible that we're back at the all-time high probably by the end of 2027, which is 2 years from now. I mean, that's still a long way away, but it's not 4 years from now. Which is why if we don't actually do anything by February, I do think we will go straight down from there. Because not just because this is what it looks like last time, but because of how high up we are. If we're still at 100,000 in February, we got to get all the way down to 40,000 in like 5 months. So I like what I'm seeing. I like that we're not going up, but we're grinding up because it's like there's no FOMO right now. It's the peanut gallery. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for people to go at each other's throats saying, you're an idiot, blah, blah, blah. But we have a potential idea that it's not bullish peanut gallery because we're below every single time it was bullish. So now it's the opposite. Like, dude, we're floating at the bottom of this channel, man. That is not bullish. That is bad. So even in 2023, you were floating at the top of the channel. Now we're at the bottom of the channel. That means this is like the submarine waiting rooms. Like everyone got their shit on. We're getting ready to submerge. Yeah, that's what happened back here. Once you break into the channel, you always come out the other side. I guess if you want to argue that didn't happen here, I'm not going to argue with you, right? You literally just came out from the bottom. If you want to say this didn't happen, I'm not going to argue with you. But when you dump into the channel and you come out this middle line, you come out the other side. And when you push into the channel, you break the middle line, you come out the other side. That's happened every single time, even with COVID. You break through, come out the other side. You break through, come out the other side. So if people are looking for it to not happen this time, you know, I'm not going to stop you because I'm not a know-it-all. I'm in no place to say you're wrong. I'm just showing you what has always happened. And again, for the people who called the top in October, it was not me, you'd have an argument that the 4-year cycle was broken if we didn't go fucking down. But we went down right when we were supposed to go down. And now we're doing nothing right when we're supposed to do nothing. So for me, it's hard to say, well, it's different this time when so far every single thing that's happening is the same. And we want to believe it's different because the altcoins didn't rally or we've been bearish for 3 years, but that's been happening too. We just didn't want to believe it, which is why my Moonboy chart was correct for the altcoins. It said get out, but we didn't want to believe it because the 4-year cycle said we're still bullish. But we've been bearish on shitcoins for over a year already, even though Bitcoin has only been bearish for 3 months. Right? And that's why we don't want to believe it's over, because how could it be over if we've been bearish since March of 2024? Well, the same thing happened in 2021. How many coins were bearish here and we didn't want to believe it was over because they've been bearish forever? But that's what's been happening. It's just now we're not early anymore. So Bitcoin is just, it sucks. Crypto sucks now. It's truth. Back here you had 5 coins. Back here you had like 1,700 coins. Back here, you had 17,000 coins. Now we have 1 million. There's going to be 1 billion coins next cycle. Maybe not. Maybe like 10 million. So crypto sucks. And I don't have it in me to play the shit coins anymore. So I have to figure out what a good plan is. Tom Lee is calling for new all-time high in January. Yeah, he said that in January of 2018 too, man. That's why after that I stopped watching TV. So when I first got into it, I discovered CNBC. I'm like, yo, they're giving out free shit on TV. And he came on TV saying we're gonna have a big bull run. I got fucking hosed. So I'm done with that shit. The amount of coins can't even be an excuse for how terrible ETH did this cycle. Well, no, there's no excuse for that. I'm just saying, imagine what the next cycle is going to be. So for specifically gambling on shitcoins, it's going to be almost impossible. But I actually think we could get a decent cycle next time. If ETH bottoms at the bottom again, we should be good, I think. Yeah, look at that shit, man. That shit's done. I think we could be good. Oh, wait, how's my bear chart? My Chaos King bear chart. Hold on. Ugh, is that one? Yeah, this is my Chaos King bear chart. Come on, man. I'm not buying that. Could you imagine if it goes down again? But if we go back to the same low again, I think you'd probably have something like this. Wait, is this the same thing, just upside down? Get fucked, pretty much. Kind of like this, but just super stretched out. You know? This is kind of what it feels like. So it's like we need one more big ass crash in the summer of 2027, 6. Fed does QE, Fed does this, Fed does that, blah, blah, blah. Bull run starts in 2027, and then at the end of 2027, we go up, and you get a $40,000 Ethereum. No, it's not going that high. That's what I think could play out. Because if you think about it, is the Bitcoin dominance really just going to go up forever? I think for the Moon Boys like us, this is the best case scenario here. I really do. I mean, it's not going to look exactly like this, but I think we float around in the bear market. Then for the first leg up of the bull market, the dominance spikes one last time. And then we get a big old season in 2027, 2028. I think that could be the case. And there were people back in the day that did say the dominance was going to 70%, but we didn't want to believe them. Because you know what my thing is for Ben Cohen's chart? Like, why does this have to be the bottom? Like, how do we know that it doesn't crash back down again? Like this. Like, what if it does just bleed all the way down here and then go up next market cycle? Yo, next market cycle, you should get some money, I think. I think the next market cycle will be good. Maybe it's not, I don't know. But I'm not waiting around for it anymore. Like, I waited so much time for nothing, and I'm not waiting around anymore for something that might not happen. But that would be the base case, I guess. The reality is the cycle I was ready to make money was the worst cycle ever. Yeah, I mean, that's what happened to all of us, especially me, right? I had the chance to be the top Doge YouTuber, and Doge didn't even go up. Now my channel's gonna die. So I have to reinvent myself again. There was 3,000 people in here. Could have had 10,000. Could have had my 100K plaque. The dream was right there. I had it in my hand, but I dropped it. So now the dream is dead. I'm not even gonna try and pick it back up. I'm just gonna let it die and pick some out, pick a new dream now. Terra Luna's running hard. Yeah, it's about to be old season, so hopefully you got in. Not financial advice. It's a signal that we're about to get old season. Major Tau for 2 says you've been very accurate indeed. I appreciate it too. No, I haven't been accurate. The reason why I've never been accurate or made and kept money is because I let my Moon Boy senses take over. And that's why I am where I am, because I didn't listen to what I wanted to. I didn't listen to what my gut said. But that's not, I'm done with that excuse now. So like I get everyone wants it to be bullish and the bull moon boy's bear, the moon boy's bearish, so now we're gonna go up. Like you could do that if you want, and maybe it happens. But what I would say is this: if you're by yourself and you're not on the internet and you see this, there's no way you're buying that. And there's no way I'm buying it either. But because the moon boy in me would say, well, how could we have a bear market if nothing ever went up? So I'm just going to stay in. I'm not doing that anymore. You know, like we've broken every single bull market support that's ever existed. And now we're supposed to be bullish. It's, I can't, maybe it is. But the reason why I appear as Wojak is because my actual chart that I make by myself says I should get out, but the moon boy inside of me says, no, we have to go to the moon. And then I come on here and say this, well, to the moon, and then it looks like shit, but I'm done with the moon boy. No, I'm not done with the moon boy persona, but it costed me everything. And now I have to look at the market with a new perspective that being a moon boy in crypto isn't what it once was. I think the next market cycle, there will be a good time, but there's always a good time to be a moon boy. It's just that window passed. We were supposed to be a moon boy here. But I personally can't be a moon boy when this is saying prepare. Prepare for fucking detonation. You know, that's a good word. Prepare for detonation. That's what it is. Prepare for detonation. Detonation. The 6 week didn't cross yet. By the time it crosses, you're about to go straight down, March of 2022. Again, it crossed in September of 2018. Oh, wait, that's actually a good indicator. 6 weeks. When's the next candle? Oh, shit, it's in 2 days. Yo, if this thing crosses, it's not going to cross red yet. There's no way. Now, I'm telling you, boys, I think the crash is in February. Because what's 6 weeks from tomorrow? February? No, it'd be January. Yeah, by the time this thing crashes, by the time this thing prints a red bar, it's too late. It's been that way forever and ever. Yo, we get a new candle in 2 days, chat. It's not going to be red. It should be like half as big, and then the next one's going to be red, right? So 12 weeks. Yeah, so February is 12 weeks from now, or maybe even March. But that's what it is. That's where we're at, man. People just desperately hoping it's resolved by December of 2025. Hoping what resolves? I just feel pissed off constantly now. Nah, I've made peace with it already. I'm already preparing the next chapter. Cause like the reality is the money I've had has been gone for almost a year now. Actually, it's been gone for over a year now. So I'm like trying to save a dream that's been dead for over a year. It's like, why not just let go and pick some, like do something else now? But I mean, let's see, man. MicroStrategy printed a red bar. Yeah, look, even this is doing the same thing. It printed a red bar in January of 2022. I'm telling you, I'm pretty sure if we do nothing for the next 4 weeks, the crash should be in February. And you want to see another Chaos King bear chart? I already showed this to you the other day. Did you guys know if you take your chart off of log, it doesn't even look bullish? You know, like we think everything is bullish because it's on log, but if you take it off a log, look, if you put the monthly chart on here, you're almost doing the same thing as back here. You got three red candles, three red candles. You got two wicks at the top. We had three wicks up here. You got a top over here. So now we're looking for a bounce where everyone says, haha, we're bullish. And then it gets fucked. But by the time it gets fucked, it's going to be the summertime. And by the end of the summer, the bull market starts. So that's why for me, we just have to make it to February or March, which is sucks because it's going to be 0 degrees, literally. But that's okay. I got to make it to March and not lose all my money. Hopefully. But they almost look exactly the same, and the indicators are doing the same thing too. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the RSI is in the same spot as well. Yeah, look at this dude. Look at this dude. Look at this dude. It's almost chat. It's almost the same thing, and I just can't come on here telling you, oh my God, super cycle. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, look at that. That's it, man. It's fuck. It's over, dude. Even this 3 months about to break the moving average. January of 2022. Yeah, look, I mean, look at it, man. Don't fight the trend. It'll be over before you know it, trust me. The good thing is it's bullish for 3 years, bearish for one. But for altcoins, it's bearish forever and ever. That's why if I'm David B, oh my God, look at that shit. You guys are, no, come on, man. I didn't even look at that. Holy shit. Dude, it looks like an antenna on a house. Wee woo, wee woo. Breaker, breaker. Antenna's out. Antenna down. Antenna down. Just like back here, it was an antenna. There was an antenna on top of the house. Now it's going back to 0. Yo, you're not buying that. Come on. But anyway, what I was going to say was, if I'm David B, I'm going on a California drive. I'm saving 200,000 on the side, and at the end of the year, I'm buying in and I'm holding for 2 years. The MicroStrategy went straight up for 20 months. Now, we can't say that that's going to happen again, but we don't know. Maybe it does. Wee woo, wee woo. We drove through the car wash with the antenna up. G Willis for 5 says, what popular meme coins won't survive this cycle? What's the hottest potato to hold? I appreciate the 5. I mean, listen, I would be a fool to come on here telling you exactly what coins are not going to survive. It's impossible to know. But I'll tell you that there's no way of knowing which coins won't survive. So I say, why hold them? I mean, look at Shiba. Shiba didn't survive. Shiba's about to make a new low. Why gamble? Pepe's probably gonna go all the way back down. Mog's gonna go all the way back down. Maybe they survive and they come back for the next market cycle. But I mean, is it really that unrealistic to expect Pepe to come back down here within the next 12 months when we were already almost down there? That's why people are saying, oh, it's not really falling that much because it already fell. But in order for Pepe to complete the bear market, it only has to fall 75%, which is a lot. But Bitcoin has to also fall by like 50%. So when you look at it from that perspective, it's not that bad. But Bitcoin will go back up again. We don't know if Pepe is going to go back up again. I think it should because Floki went back up again. And Floki was one of the big coins. Floki has the same chart. Yeah, even Floki's still breaking down. But it's impossible to know, so why risk it? That's what I'm saying. Why buy something that may or may not go back up? That's the heartbreaking part. But I appreciate the 5, man. We don't know which memes will survive. I mean, it's not even just the memes, it's just coins in general. Like, I remember in 2022, a lot of people, including me, were like, yo, could Kada be something big? Because in 2021, it was massive. It was supposed to be the next Solana. Did a 300x. And now it's at 0, quite literally. Like, you do not hold these coins into a bear market, man. It's really bad. So, like Caspa, man. Does anybody know what Caspa does? Caspa did a monster move, 100x. Caspa was bullish from day one. Literally, God bless whoever bought Caspa. Yo, whoever bought Caspa, you actually got an 80x before the bull run even started. November of 2023. But it's been bearish ever since then. So I'm not even going down the meme coin rabbit hole until summer of 2027. That's when we'll come back to it. But until then, I'm not even bothering. This is a cesspool of death. But I appreciate the 5. Let's see. We got 230 viewers in here today. That's not bad. Wow. Start a poll. Get your votes in. Get your votes in. Yeah, look, 60% of the chat says new all-time high. You guys don't give a fuck, dude. Send it, baby. I'm with you. Send that shit. All the fake moon boys are out now. We can go up. Send that shit. Didn't Kada announce they shut their company down? Yeah, but it's been bearish for 3 years prior to that. Why were people voting more bearish on the polls like 2 weeks ago? Yo, it's 70% bullish now. Holy crap. You guys gotta be trolling, right? My gut's telling me something is different and the cycle will be broken. I mean, you gotta follow your gut, man. Don't listen to people on the internet. That's how you end up poor. Not financial advice. BSV is going to 0. Not financial advice. The market is waiting for enough people to sell, then it will rocket. Not financial advice. Sounds like you made up your decision, metal detecting. I wish you the best, and I hope everything turns out okay in the long run. And if you endure the demons that I had to endure, I will wish you strength when you go through that battle, because I almost didn't make it out. Another thing too, man, is we're about to close the yearly candle. I'm not sure that's the most bullish candle you can get. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure that's the most bullish yearly candle you want. Do I think Zora will make it through the bear market? If we get a traditional bear market, every coin is going to go down 60 to 70% from here. And Bitcoin will go down 50%. And then after that, the altcoins will go down another 30 to 40%. And then whatever's left, that's where you pick your slim pickings. Sounds like we need to bring the toxic environment. Nah, we're not doing that this time around. If you're toxic, not you, but if you're toxic, I'm just gonna ban you. Yeah, I'm too old now. It was fun when I was like young, but now I'm old. So I'm not really putting up with the nonsense. It's really not funny anymore. Like it's not funny. Yeah, see, look, even this indicator is saying the bear market is like, look at where we are when we reach this level. I mean, everything is just saying the same thing, man. You know? It's so interesting. Everything is saying the same thing. You're in the same spot. It's not going to look exactly the same, but that's never going to happen. Even here. Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure, man. I'm pretty sure. Well, I'm not sure, but we're speculating. We're speculating that if we don't make a new all-time high by January, then February should be the move down. I just hope it's not now, because that would ruin everything. But it can't be. No, it can't be now, because the bottoms are also getting closer together. So this bottom has to be less than 400% away from here, which will say it's 150. Let's just say it's 160. That's 40%. Maybe it's more. Maybe it's 40. Maybe it's 50K at 200%. Like we can't just go down like this, then the bear market's over in February. That's ridiculous. A 3 month bear market? I don't think so. I think it's good that we're getting this because it's getting dragged out. Then we go down in February, then we get the big bounce, and then we go down again, and then it starts. Because even if we fell by 70%, we would go all the way down. Yeah, we can't even go that low. I don't think we could go down to 36,000, man. That's way too low. You think that's possible? No. Yeah, there's no way. There's no way we go down that low. What that guy say? 20K Bitcoin? That guy's smoking, dude. Yeah. I honestly don't know what to do. I know what I should do, but my brain is telling another thing, especially after being down so much, knowing my luck. If I was to sell, it would start flying. So like I said, man, give it till February. If it doesn't go up by February, you got to get out. And if you don't get out and we still fucking go down anyway, then you got to accept your fate. And what I'm saying is I've been in a similar spot as you and it's not fun. So if you go all the way to zero, your mental state may enter a position that you're not prepared for. Because I know it sucks right now, but you still have that hopium that you're going to get your money back. Once that goes away and then you realize you lost everything, you enter a death spiral, which is what I just completed. I think I just completed my death spiral. And I hope I never go through that again because it was just the worst moment of my life. It was unbearable. So you're not there yet, but it's coming. I mean, I'm not I'm not saying it. I'm not saying it like I want it to happen. But the way that you're talking, it's like you're just saying I'm not going to sell until I'm just not going to sell. So it's like, the writing is on the wall. You're just going to have to get through it. Or you can be a moon boy until you know it's not going back up. And I think our date in February is that time. So if we're still not going back up by February, you could cut it and that's it. Or you could say it's going up and then just, that's what I'm saying. I've been in your shoes before. It's not, I was literally, I just took my shoes off like last month. So it's not going to be fun. And that's the worst thing about crypto is when you realize the damage is done, the real damage comes after you realize the damage is done. But again, maybe it's a super cycle. So if it's a super cycle, you'd make a new all-time high in January. If we're still below 100,000 in February, you have to understand it's not going back up. And not only is it not going back up, it's about to go straight down. So whatever money you have left is going to get cut by 70% or more, depending on what you're holding. And again, I'm not trying to come on here saying I know exactly what's going to happen. I'm not. If we go back up and make a super cycle, then that's fantastic. But at some point, you have to say, all right, it's not happening. For us, it was 100,000. And it was October and September. Like a lot of us said, if we actually go down in November, it's over. And we went down in November. I'm not going to come on here and say, oh, well, maybe we can be bullish in January. When I say bullish in January, I'm talking about so it doesn't go straight down now. When I'm looking for bullish January because I'm looking for this. And if it's a bear market, this is exactly what it's going to look like. But when we get up there, people are going to say, aha, I told you it was bullish. If it was actually bullish, we would just teleport like this. And that's why for me, the fact that we're getting these little sell-offs like this, it's like forming something like back here where it wants to be bullish, but it's not. So we might even be something like this. I just hope it doesn't go like this because then everything is screwed. It's out the window. Like if we roll over again like this, it's a wrap. I have no idea what's going to happen. I mean, I guess maybe we could do this. It's not impossible. I guess that would actually be better too. I just don't want us to go straight down. But like I said 100 times, we're not just stopping here for no reason. The reason we're stopping where we're stopping is because we can't go any lower or we're going to go to zero. And that happens every single market cycle, bear market. So that's why whenever I speak in absolute, I'm not doing it from my perspective. I'm doing it from the perspective of what has always happened in the market. And that's why I had to correct myself because it sounds like I'm speaking in absolutes, but which I am, but I'm not using my thoughts. I'm using the data from the market. So every time we've come to the position that we're in right now, it's been a bear market 100% of the time. So what I'm saying is if we come to February, like so, and it's 150 days from the top, and we still didn't break out, you're going to have to accept at some point it's about to go straight down. And some people won't. And that's okay. You know, like I've been there. I get it. I do. It's really shitty. This whole Moon Boy shit sucks. But I mean, you can see we're even bouncing off the same exact channel. That's why we kind of can't afford to go down from here because it's like, yo, where are we gonna go? We're just gonna go right down to 60,000? Then what? So I think if you're in the Moon Boy camp and you're looking for new all-time high because it's the first time ever where everyone's saying the same thing, so that's not what's gonna happen and we're gonna be bullish, then your argument is that it has to happen before February because you have the chance to. The problem is now the daily stock RSI is oversold, is already overbought, and we did fuck all nothing. And for the last month, every time the 1 day stock RSI rolled over, we went straight down. So now I'm kind of worried, like, are we about to go straight down again? Which is why I would like to see us do nothing and then get the relief rally in January. That would be nice. We'll float around 100K and then start going down. And then the 2 day is also, I think, going to turn bear. Okay, it's not bearish yet. It's still bullish. So the larger time frames are still turning bullish. That's good for the Moon Boys in the back. The weekly time frame is the really only one that matters. And this says you should get a relief rally. But the reason I keep saying February is because if this comes up here, it should be February. I mean, if it's February and it didn't go up at all, then you know it's really bad. But I can only show you what has happened historically. I'm trying not to make shit up. You know, in 2022, you came up here and it was April and we did not make a new high and then we went down for the bottom here. In 2018, you didn't even make it to overbought. You spiked up twice and then you went down to the bottom. So I'm assuming it's going to go back to the high. If it doesn't, and listen, maybe it doesn't. Okay, I got to correct myself here because now that I'm thinking about it in my head, it's actually possible that it doesn't reach overbought because, unless it's a bull market, obviously, but if it's a bear market, we have to bounce less than 35% and we're already up 13%. So we might only go up like 25%. I don't know if that's enough juice to send it up to overbought. But we're finding out together. And the time is flying, man. The first week of December is complete. Because you know nothing's going to happen on Saturday and Sunday. Nothing ever happens on the weekend. We got Chris for 5. Says, get ready, bruv. I appreciate the 5, man. That's awesome. That helps a lot. Yeah, no, I am getting ready. I'm getting ready. I wish I could sell the Litecoin. It already went from 86 to $80 now. I'm down $6. I said I wouldn't sell it till February though. So hopefully it goes up. But yeah, he sent it to me at 86 and now it's 80. Tomorrow it's gonna be 74. But I appreciate the 5, man. But yeah, I'm getting ready. I'm getting ready. Romario for 2 says, what happens to crypto if stock market takes a hit? If the S&P takes a hit from here, then you'll also know it's a bear market. The S&P doesn't have to go down for it to be a bear market. But if the S&P goes down, then we still might not do anything. But once the S&P hits a point of no return, then it's bearish. So what I mean by that is, like, you can use the Gaussian channel on the S&P as well, right? If we break down below the Gaussian channel, you'll probably start getting ready for a capitulation. Even back here, you broke down and we got ready for capitulation. You'll always have to camp with people, oh, October of 2023, oh, to the moon. But look, September of 2018, September of 2020, or March of 2020, it's, you know, like the same indicators work, but they're not as accurate because the S&P just goes up forever. So you can't really say it's bearish if it's just going to go right back up. But even a 3-day, look at how far away we are. It doesn't look like it's going to happen. Unless it just rolls over now. Like if we come to December and there's no rate cut, that'll do it. But I don't know. Like, I don't know the technicals. I don't follow the S&P because it just goes up forever. But I would say, regardless of what happens to the S&P, every single time Bitcoin capitulates to the bottom, the S&P goes back to its bottom. So I don't know what it's going to look like, but if Bitcoin goes down to 40,000, then the S&P has to come back to this moving average. So I was thinking to myself, why can't the S&P fall by 50%, like 40%? Like, what if we get the Trump pump and then the Fed does QE because something's wrong, and then we get the big COVID crash, and then the bull run starts? Like, why can't it do that? If you look at it, this shit's been going up for a long time, man. It's been going up since back here. And if you look at the QQQ, it's even higher. So, I mean, dude, the QQQ is up 150% from 2022. That's a lot for a stock. It's not even a stock. It's literally the stock market. Now the stock market's putting in big gains. So you gotta accept that the larger the rallies are, you could get a big 40% move down, which seems like that's what happened in 2008. It went down 50%. But everything just V recoveries now, so nobody gives a shit. V recovery. That's why I'm thinking if we don't actually have a correction for stocks and it just keeps going, you're going to get it at the end. And it's going to be like, holy fucking shit. And then they're going to activate QE and then we'll get the bull run. And then we're going to go to astronomical prices. Holy fucking shit. I actually like saying that, even though it's not good to say. Holy fucking shit. Or we can get the traditional bear market and it just goes down. I don't know. I'm not an analyst. But I mean, ever since COVID, if you look at the size of these moves, like, this is not normal. You're not supposed to be getting a 150% gain every 3 years. That's ridiculous. Keep in mind, this is not a stock. These are people's, these are literally your grandparents. Well, I guess most of us are old. We don't have grandparents. Like, this is your boss or you or whoever. Their net worth is literally tripling every 3 years. And we're just doing nothing, just decomposing. This is unsustainable. That makes me sick now that I say that out loud. Every 4 years, their net worth is tripling. Get fucked. But the reason I say that is because at some point, you're going to get the larger corrections too. Which the corrections have been getting larger. So if we actually don't get a bear market for stocks, like Ron Walker's saying, and we just keep going, like when Bitcoin goes down to the bottom, you're going to see some mother of all dump. You're going to see a 56% move down for the NASDAQ. And it's like, holy fucking shit. That's what happened in 2008. But the problem is, look at the growth. And then the money printing turns on, and then we go back up. That's why, if you can time some of this shit, you're good. I'm not saying I can because I can't, but I'm just saying I've never seen, it's not even like I'm making it up. You can see every single time Bitcoin bottoms and has a new bull market, the stock market corrects down, or at least SPY does. I don't know what QQQ does, but SPY does. So you see how every time Bitcoin starts a bull run, the Nas or the S&P is near the green moving average. This one it was right on it. Actually, this one it was below it. This one was right above it, like the song. This one you were right on it. This one you were right on it. If Bitcoin goes down to 40,000, the S&P has to come back to this green moving average, which is like 500. But if it's bullish in 2026 and it goes all the way to 750, that's a long way down. That's a 35% drop. And it's not even like we can say that can't happen because that's literally what happened in 2018. In 3 months, it went down 30, or I think this was 20 something percent. So, and look at the gain. Look at this dude. Look at the gains. Look at this dude. From 2017, it's up 200%. Look at this dude. So the higher up you go, the larger the correction is. But again, I'm not gonna come on here saying whether or not I know if the S&P is gonna correct or not. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. I'm just saying if it doesn't and Bitcoin goes down to 60,000, there's a date with this green moving average because it always happens forever, at least since Bitcoin's inception. Maybe it's different this time, but I'm pretty sure they need a reason to activate QE. They don't just activate their trap card, Summon Skull, because they don't activate Magic Cylinder unless something comes their way. As any good duelist would know, Magic Cylinder only gets activated when someone gets attacked. So the economy has to get attacked first, then they activate their trap card, QE, and then we go up. But if Bitcoin's already bearish, it's possible that that marks the bottom, and then we go up. And then as we said before, you could argue QE started back in 2019 or 2020, but Doge doesn't give a shit because Doge doesn't care. QE activated here and Doge pumped a year later. So if they activate QE in 2026, then Doge will probably pump sometime in 2027. But 2027 is 2 years from now, so Doge is going to go down or sideways. That's why we're stuck in purgatory. But I don't see it as purgatory anymore because I don't care about old season. And if we get old season from here, then I'll make my money. Like, it's not like I'm going to be retarded and just sit here and watch it. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. If Bitcoin makes a new all-time high, you just start clicking buttons like a madman. If it doesn't, then you see what happens in February. But every day that goes by now, we're inching closer to February, chat. So it's kind of a big deal. Holy fucking shit. Holy fucking shit. Do you remember the last time I sent you Litecoin? Just curious where we were. I remember in 2023 you tried to send me Litecoin and they blocked it. But I appreciate the two from Romario. Yeah, in 2023 you tried to send me Litecoin and when they blocked it, we were here, I believe. If I'm not mistaken. Maybe 25 to 40K range. Nah, that's too low. You guys are having bear hopium now. I mean, again, if you just look at, you measure it from the top to the bottom, you can see the bear markets are shrinking. You measure it from the bottom to the bottom. You can see the bull markets are shrinking. So I have no reason to believe that the bear market will be bigger than last time. It should be smaller. So we got 77% last time. So it should be at least 70% or less. And 70% from the top puts us at 34,000. So 34,000, I guess it's not impossible, but anything below 30K is just too low. That's not me. It is my opinion, but that's what the data is. Like you measure from each bottom, the bottoms are getting closer together, but the drawdowns are shrinking as well. So if you're looking for like that gentleman that wants a 20K Bitcoin, like you're asking for the same size. You're asking, yeah, nah. That gentleman, we're not gonna say his name, but the gentleman that's looking for 20,000 Bitcoin, he's looking for a larger bear market than last time. Like, 20K Bitcoin is 84%, but the last bear market was 77%. So he's he's looking for something that's an anomaly. I mean, the weekly chart RSI shows the divergence. Yeah, it's playing out. It's gonna take time, man. I mean, listen, I don't have the answers to everything. I'm just sharing with you what has always happened. Some people don't give a shit, and that's okay. I'm not saying they have to. I have to make YouTube content. So instead of making shit up, I'm just choosing to show you what has always happened. That's all I can do. I can't just start making propaganda because I did that last time and I wrecked my viewers and I wrecked myself. At least this time, I'm showing you all of the data. You make your own decision. If we go up from here and all the data is invalid, that's fine. I'm not telling you to sell. Maybe we get a big bull run. I'm just showing you the data says that that's not likely. It does show you that we should get a relief rally. So that's what we're looking for. I think we would be screwed if we just went straight down. Because then it's like, well, what the hell? Why are we going down? So hopefully the bottom is in and we just do nothing for like 2 months. I'd borrow against my home if Bitcoin was 20K. But I'm not happy. I'm not in a good mood. I'm just accepting reality and accepted my mistakes and I'm making peace with them each day and gonna try and get out of this. There is a way out of here. There is. It's just not gonna be easy and it's gonna be very long, but we might have a shot. Give us a shot. Yeah, we're looking for the 4-day Gaussian channel. Hopefully it doesn't turn red yet because it's still December. I'm hoping it doesn't turn red until late December, early January. Because that lets us know like the crash isn't coming, but like it's there. It's waiting in the background. The 5-day turning red says knock knock motherfucker. Was that guy say surprise motherfucker? That's what the red 5-day says surprise motherfucker. And by the time you get to 6th day in the 1 week, it's already too late. No, the 6th day was good too, actually. Yeah, 6 days. 6 day. Oh, the 6 day is actually really good. Yeah, 6 day is good too. Okay. Not bad. And then obviously the 7 day is too late. By the time that goes off, you're already going down. No, actually, that's a lie too. It was good in 2014 and 2018. It just wasn't that good here. I mean, it still was good, but you missed a lot of the move down. But you get the idea, all right? When you start getting a red Gaussian channel, it's not bullish. We're not going to say, oh my God, holy shit, dude. Did you guys see how bullish this is? Like, that's bad. But actually, what's interesting is how long does it stay green for? 1,000 days? Have we been green for 1,000 days yet? Watch it be February. Holy fucking shit. No, it's May. Holy fucking shit. No, it's May. It's green. What about here? This one's May too. Oh yeah, but we're already going down when this turns red. Yo, but that's what I'm saying, chat. Chat. It turns red when you're dying already. So we have to start going down before that. Holy fucking shit. How long was this one? This one was small. It's 850. Yeah, I don't know, Chad. I really think somewhere in here, if we're listen, if you're a moon boy, you need a new all-time high before February, man. Because by the time this turns red, you're already at the bottom of the bear market. So you need to actually measure when does it turn. Okay, if this is February, then we know. All right, 973. This one's a little bit tricky. We'll say 917. And this one's just shot. Doesn't matter how you slice it. We'll say 800, fine. Yeah, no, it should be February. Yeah, 930. I'm pretty sure if we don't make a new high by January, the dump starts February, March. Holy fucking shit. Holy fucking shit. I gotta get that on a shirt. Holy fucking shit. Is this the end of the live stream? Yeah, pretty much. So we have to throw the Moon Boys the bone, and that is we need the Moon Boys to show out over the next 2 months. If you want to make a new all-time high, it has to happen now. I know I know it's annoying hearing me say that, but that's what the stock RSI says. That's what the rock says. What does the rock says? The rock says, know your role. That's what it says, man. And then I'll share blockchain backer. Blockchain backer likes to analyze XRP, which I don't give a shit about XRP, so that's why I have no problem sharing with you. But Mr. Blockchain Backer is looking for a bear market. He actually was saying some rubbish right at the last second, right before it happened, so he got it right. But I was watching his video and he's trying to say we're here, which his analysis actually says the crash is in January, which that would ruin everything. But if you look at XRP and you compare it to where we are, it's almost doing the same exact thing. So I think he says the crash 350 days. Yeah, see, he's looking for a crash in January. That would be bad. I mean, it doesn't really matter. January, February is the same shit. But you really can't argue. I mean, that's what it's doing. It's the same thing. Because Bitcoin made a new all-time high and XRP did not. Well, on this chart, it looks like it did, but I think XRP topped in July. Bitcoin topped in October. Again, assuming it's the top. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's a super cycle. But I think he's looking for this essentially, where XRP is just getting distributed. And then once we go down, it goes straight down. Which some coins are already doing that. Did you guys see this rubbish here? This broke down. I feel like another coin just broke down too, but I can't think of it right now. Don't tell me. It's coming to me. It's not H bar. Is it VeChain? Is it VeChain? VeChain just broke the low from the bear market. Yeah, maybe it's VeChain, dude. Look, VeChain is done. Holy fucking shit. Did you guys get the Luna class? Did you guys get into Luna before it topped? Dogecoin. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna make 1K next year. My man. Would I buy Doge at 6 cents? I wouldn't buy Doge until the summer of 2027, man. I'm not worrying about prices. Time is more important, as we learned. Because like I said, I know my Moonboy prediction was wrong, but the fucking chart for the altcoins was almost perfect. It wasn't perfect, but it was almost perfect. It said get in fall of 2023, get out. You must be out of the market by Q1 of 2025. And unfortunately, I said, I don't care. So it wasn't perfect because a lot of coins topped in March of 2024. But March of 2024 was when the Moonboy event occurred. Which, again, after the last Moonboy event occurs, it gets bearish. Our last bearish Moonboy event is in March, which is why I think February... I mean, I don't even pay attention to it anymore, but it could be. And then summer would be bullish, and then we get the bottom, and then the bull run would start. I think we're going to make it... I mean, listen, we're not going to make it because the dream is dead. So my definition of making it for the last 3 or 4 years was this, bada bing, bada boom. By the time I'm the age I'm at now, I'm going to the beach. That's not happening. The dream is dead. It's literally not possible. But it doesn't mean I have to be poor forever. So I guess now there is no making it. It's gone. But we should be okay in the long run because we know how to make money. We just don't know how to keep it. So the next time we make money, just keep it. All right. If you made money this cycle and you didn't keep it, that's fine. Just make it again and keep it. Because if you made money this cycle, you did good. Because it was very hard to make money this cycle. Most of the people on YouTube made their money back here and back here. So they can just talk all the shit they want. I can't say anything because I'm poor. But we're starting to get old now, man. The YouTubers are going to start getting old. It's pretty wild if you think about it. I'm starting to get old too, but like I'm still not that old yet. But they're all rich. I'm not, so. Can you imagine coming in at the end of the live stream just hearing we ain't gonna make it, the dream is gone? Yeah, it is, man. The new dream, you know what the new dream is? Matthew Dropco, I'm glad you said that. That brings us to today's sponsor. You ever feel like watching something different besides crypto, but you want to watch your favorite YouTubers? Introducing food reviews. Just by clicking the link in the chat, you'll be able to watch your favorite YouTubers create food content without having to get bored by crypto. There's very vast majority of food from Taco Bell to Taco Bell to Taco Bell. We got burritos, tacos. Burritos, tacos, Doritos, tacos. That would have been good. If I actually said that right the first time, that would have been good. Burritos, tacos, Doritos, tacos. Chalupas, Gatorade. We now have Prime. Whatever you want. Just click the link in the chat. It is free to subscribe. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. My new dream is to be a monetized food tuber. That's my new dream. To make food content. If I can make $100 a week making food content, that's a dream come true. That's a lot of money for stuffing your fat face. It pays the bills. No, it doesn't pay all the bills, but it pays the food bill. Pays for the car insurance. Pays for a lot. $100 a week for just eating food? That's pretty good, man. That's my new dream. So I need you all to subscribe in the chat. And that'll do it for today. So with that said, I do appreciate everybody coming by, listening to the bear chat, the bear propaganda. Prepare your rockets. As always, it is just my opinion. None of this is financial advice. I do appreciate all the super chats. I do have to point out again that the live stream viewers are still doing okay. They're actually coming back. But yesterday's video only got 1,300 views, chat. That's the lowest it's been since 2023, maybe 2024. So people have officially left. This video looks like it's going to do a little bit better, but not necessarily. I'm not sure. You like my thumbnails? The thumbnails are good, right? Yeah. Yeah. Look at the little bear. Look at this dude. All right, chat. Thanks for nothing. Dude, I haven't. You guys remember when I used to say babushka every 5 minutes? That was over a year ago. So it'll be a bull market before you know it. Unfortunately, before you know it, your life will be over too. So start enjoying it day by day. And we'll leave it there. It is just my opinion. None of this is financial advice. And we'll be back tomorrow. Bye.